Have you ever accomplished something huge and immediately felt the urge to tell absolutely no one? You close the laptop after finally hitting send on the project you've worked on for 6 months. Your hands are still a little shaky, and instead of texting the group chat, you just sit there, quiet, almost like you don't want the moment touched by anyone else's reaction. Most people assume that means something is wrong with you, that you're insecure, or ungrateful, or just bad at accepting praise. But there's a completely different, evidence-backed explanation for why some of the most driven people on Earth do this on purpose. And it's not what you think. Picture the classmate who aced every exam but never mentioned their grade. The coworker who got promoted and you only found out through HR, not from them. The friend who ran a marathon and posted 0 photos. You've met this person. You might be this person. They're just humble, people say. Or they're hiding something. Or they probably don't even care about the achievement. Think about the relative at Thanksgiving who says, "Wait, you did what? Why didn't you tell anyone?" Genuine confusion, like staying quiet is a red flag instead of a choice. Here's where the science comes in. Dr. Timothy Wilson is a social psychologist at the University of Virginia. For decades, he studied something fascinating: the stories people tell themselves about their own lives, and how different those stories are from the ones they tell other people. His research on self-narrative and motivation points to something specific. Some people are driven almost entirely by what psychologists call intrinsic motivation. That's a fancy way of saying the drive comes from inside, not outside. And for these people, public recognition doesn't add fuel to the fire. It actually drains it. Applause doesn't light them up. It flattens them a little. That's not a personality flaw. It's just how their internal wiring works. Let's make this simple with an analogy. Think of motivation like a battery. Some people charge that battery by plugging into other people. Praise, likes, applause. That's their power cord. Every bit of attention tops them up. But other people charge differently. They're more like a solar panel. They just need sunlight, not an audience. No cord required. So when someone with this internal charge system suddenly gets loud external praise, it doesn't add energy the way you'd expect. It actually interrupts the circuit. It's like plugging a solar panel into a wall outlet. The system doesn't know what to do with it. And here's an important distinction, because this gets mixed up a lot. This is not the same thing as shyness. Shyness is discomfort being seen. It's a nervous, uneasy feeling when eyes are on you. What we're talking about here is completely different. It's comfort being seen. These people aren't afraid of attention. They just have zero need for it. Big difference. One is about fear, the other is about fuel. Once you see that difference, a lot of quiet, low-key people in your life start making a lot more sense. So let's be really clear about something. Staying quiet about your wins is not a flaw. It's not a malfunction. It's not a sign that something is broken in you. Full stop. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you've got people who genuinely thrive on sharing. They announce the win. They post the milestone. They tell the group chat the second it happens. And that's not attention-seeking. It's not shallow. It's just a different wiring, a different battery type. Not a better one, not a worse one. Just different. But I want to be responsible here, because there's an important line to draw. There's a real difference between quietly not needing validation and actively isolating yourself because you don't feel safe being seen at all. If staying quiet feels peaceful, that's one thing. But if sharing feels genuinely frightening, not just unnecessary, but scary, that's worth talking to someone about. That's not just introversion. That deserves real support. Not a label, but there's a quieter problem hiding under all of this. Even when you don't need the praise, you sometimes still feel guilty for not wanting it. Like you're supposed to perform gratitude you don't actually feel. Like you owe someone a bigger reaction than what's true for you. Here's a way to picture it. It's a bit like being handed a trophy for a sport you never even asked to play. You're standing there holding this thing, and everyone expects you to be thrilled. But you're not ungrateful. You just never signed up for the parade in the first place. And you've probably been called modest or private before. said in that tone like it's a slightly suspicious personality quirk. Something to explain, almost apologize for. But here's the reframe. It's not modesty performed for an audience. It's not a humble little show. It's just an accurate read of what actually motivates you. And once you understand that, there's nothing left to feel guilty about. Let's see if this is you. You've written an Instagram caption bragging about something, read it back, felt embarrassed, and deleted the whole thing. You've told a parent about a big win weeks after it actually happened, almost as an afterthought, like you forgot it was even news. And you felt more proud in the 5 quiet minutes right after finishing something than in any conversation about it afterward. Just you, the work, and that private feeling of I did that. If any of those hit home, here's what I want you to walk away with. Your silence isn't a lack of pride. It's not you underselling yourself, and it's not a gap you need to fix. It's actually proof of something stronger. Your pride doesn't need permission from anyone else's applause. It already stands on its own. And once you understand that, you stop waiting for the group chat to validate what you already know is true. So now I want to hear from you. Which one are you? Are you the person who tells no one until they're asked directly? The person who tells exactly one friend and swears them to secrecy? Or are you the person who posts it the second it happens? No filter, no delay? There's no wrong answer here. Drop it in the comments because I read every single one, and I want to know which battery type you are. And if any part of this video hit home for you, I put together a short, free guide on figuring out your actual motivation style. It's not one of those long, fluffy personality quizzes, just 5 simple questions that show you whether you're internally or externally driven. Once you know that, you stop confusing quiet with something's wrong, and you start understanding yourself a lot more clearly. If this kind of thing helps you make sense of how your own mind works, hit subscribe and like the video. It genuinely helps this channel grow, and it means more videos like this one land in your feed. No pressure at all, just useful if you're curious. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.